This is UTEL Concerts. This is UTEL Concerts. This is UTELConcerts.com. Ah!
Hey guys, it's Crystal with UTELConcerts.com. I am on the phone with Sergio from the Miami rock band Atom Smash, ATOM Smash.
We get it all. We get Atom Smash, Atomic Smash.
Basic question to start out. What made you want to be in a rock band?
When I was a kid, I listened to like Pearl Jam 10 or Stone Temple Pilots Core and albums like that. Soundgarden's Super Unknown. I was just hooked. It's like anything else. You idolize something as a kid, and sort of something that you only dream that you can even kind of like get to the point where you can actually do it. It was definitely the band that got me into it. Then of course, what kept me in it was just sort of the fact that it was one of the only things I always felt kind of confident.
How did you guys actually meet each other?
It was pieced together over, I think, about a 3.5-year period. Basically, me and a producer started the project, a producer named Paul Truss. Him and I started writing songs, and then I met Z over the internet. I didn't know he was in Austria, so I thought he was like from the States because it was a classified. But when I heard his stuff, I was blown away, so I had him come over, and the rest is history. Everybody kind of just jumped on board after that.
That's cool. So the classified site, was that like a Craigslist?
A site called Muso List.
What other band names were you toying around with before you settled on Atom Smash?
Geez, a bunch of names. We toyed around with a name called Catharsis for a while. We were Recoil for a little bit. It wasn't really until years later that an actual name worked out. Right when the band was complete, we got the name.
You just knew.
But it took years. It took years to put the band together, so.
Yeah.
We went through a few rough patches.
So describe your music for somebody that has never heard you guys.
I would describe it as like sort of an arena grunge sound. I would say it sort of has the fun quality, and it has the love songs, sort of the vibe of an Aerosmith or a Def Leppard and that kind of world, or Queen. But our rock side of us, and when we want to really jam and play hard, it's very grunge oriented.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a combination of, like I said, Def Leppard and Aerosmith mixed with like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains or something.
So you guys were on the road for a while before actually getting signed. What was your worst experience during those days on the road?
Wow, there were so many highs and lows when you do that kind of touring, and there still is. I guess the worst experience would be our van one night in St. Louis, just a wheel just broke off the van, and while we were going pretty fast, like 80 miles an hour, and I was driving, everybody was sleeping, and it was kind of a scary experience, but we lucked out. We got hurt, and but the van then caught on fire because of all the sparks and stuff, and that was just part of the why it was bad. It was bad because we had to get a U-Haul truck, the only thing that we could take our gear and ourselves with, and we literally had to like take a U-Haul all the way back down to Miami with like 2 people in the back of the box truck.
Oh no!
In the heat, in like the summer heat last year, so for about 20 hours. So I would say it's the worst experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess looking back on it, it made for a pretty crazy story.
How does touring differ now that you're signed?
Definitely just the idea that we don't book the tours like we used to ourselves. Things are kind of done for us from the business end of it, but the touring is, it's still the same as far as the van and trailer, roughing it every night, which we love. I mean, I'm not saying we'll stay in a van and trailer forever, but it keeps us really grounded, and it really feels like sort of the essence of rock.
How were you discovered by Jive?
We did sell a lot of our Sacrifice EP for an unsigned artist, and we did so much touring. We were kind of on their radar already, and then in January, we had no idea what was going to happen. We were totally, lost. Should we keep touring? What should we do? And then I ended up just thinking, man, I got to start writing some better songs. I focused on some songs for a while. People took a break. And Do Her Wrong was really what got us signed. Do Her Wrong was pitched. 2 labels are interested, and Jive just seemed like obvious. Our A&R guy is a rock guy. I mean, even though he's known for signing Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys in that world, you look at also in his history, he's worked with Saliva, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi. It just seemed like the right choice.
What has been your most surreal experience?
Anytime we tour with an artist that that I really looked up to and stuff, it's always kind of surreal. People that you looked up to kind of become your peers. Meeting Richard Patrick for the first time on the tour with Filter. It's just crazy, Before you know it, you're on a first-name basis. Before you know it, you're trading vocal tips. It's, like, really strange. And then hearing yourself back on a pretty big production is a pretty neat, surreal kind of feeling.
What's the best concert that you've been to as an audience member?
I would say definitely the best concert, believe it or not, was recent. Growing up, I went, one of my favorite concerts was a Pearl Jam show that I went to. I was so young, and I think I was just mind-blown by the whole experience. I think it was maybe 2000 or 99. But recently, the concert sticks out that was just amazing was Alice in Chains with the new singer. It just sounded huge. They even made Velvet Revolver sound like a bunch of babies.
Really?
Alice in Chains just got on stage, and it was like this huge, majestic, powerful sound. And then I was really looking forward to seeing Velvet Revolver, and all of a sudden they came out and it just didn't sound that great. I was impressed.
Well, I hear a lot of Alice in Chains in your music, too, so they've got to be a big influence on you.
Yeah. What's cool about that band is that they still sound like Alice in Chains. That's one of our goals, too, is to be a band that, as our albums progress, we don't get softer, we don't get poppier. Our elements of our pop sound get just more unique. That's what I want, is to get it more unique, and that end of it, and the elements of our rock sound just get bigger, stronger, and heavier. I want to be like 40-something years old with a record that is heavier than when I was, in my mid-20s. So,
what's your favorite cover song to play live?
We had an 80s metal side project sort of thing called Aquanet. Every one of those songs is just a blast to play. But I would say when we do our actual shows, why would I have your keys right there? Interview. I would say Foo Fighters, My Hero. We like to jam that on every now and then.
Cool. And I saw that one of the band's members' nickname is Taco.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
In the 80s, that sort of side project that we do, the 80s cover band thing, his name was Taco Rico in that one. It's kind of like, instead of Tico Tours, we call him Taco Rico.
Oh, got it.
And it's just sort of a joke. We all have sort of like, it's not really a joke. In reality, like, when we step into Aquanet mode, we're Adam Smash's rivals. We really don't like Adam Smash.
I love that. So when do you ever get to do that anymore, this Aquanet thing?
Not really, but we really plan on sort of bringing that back definitely sometime soon.
That's really fun. I mean, especially with like Steel Panther now getting really, really big. I think that would be huge.
Totally Steel Panther influenced. I've been checking out Steel Panther since they were a metal school.
Yeah, love it.
And every time I'd go through LA, I'd check them out. I was obsessed with it, and we would go back to Miami, and we're like, man, I think we could pull off a pretty fun show, and it gives us something to do, and that way, if you do have a local fan base, at least you have something different they can check out every now and then.
You guys sound like you're a bunch of fun guys. What do you do in your spare time? Do you play any games on tour? Have any tour challenges?
We really just hang out with the other bands. Every now and then, me and some of the guys from Cabo will work out together, and or throw some baseball or something. Try the local cuisine. We listen to comedy like nonstop in the band. We always go to Dane Cook and Mitch Hedberg. It never stops being funny. So
cool. What's your favorite YouTube video right now?
Man, it's really, really messed up. But that the guy with the really, really crazy cry. If you haven't heard it, it's this guy in an intervention show, and he just randomly makes the weirdest crying noise ever. It sounds like a Wookiee or something. And a lot of people have taken it and put in death metal music over it, and they've actually it's amazing the creativity of people out there.
I know you're going on tour with American Bang, but I didn't see any close shows to Nashville, which is where I'm located. So I'm hoping that you guys will come to Nashville soon so I can check you out.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we'll be in Nashville.
Cool.
Soon. That's an amazing scene.
Folks can find tour dates and listen to you guys, and even call the Smash hotline where I believe you're going to give all the answers to the universe.
Yeah, definitely call the Smash line. It's a really enlightening experience. You don't even have to pay. It's seriously secrets to life and everything. We figured it out on the road.
I love it. So go to myspace.com/AdamSmashMusic And thank you so much for your time.
Awesome.
All right. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.